Good day to one and all. I'm here to talk to you today about recent developments in telecommunications, especially in the context of America. Recent legislation has been invoked to allow the government to eavesdrop on us even more without warrants or anything to hinder it, and the telecommunication companies have been granted immunity from prosecution for such invasions of privacy. It seems that there is no more such a thing as a privacy. But you'll say, well, that's just to make us more safe. And what do we talk about on the phone anyway? We call our friends, we call our family, we call our work, and we talk about boring stuff, and we drone on and on and on and on. And that's true of nearly everybody. But I want to have you think about a few other things that maybe you haven't gone deep enough into the issue, because this is the big brother thing again. And so to give you a little bit of a perspective on it, let me give you a little enlightenment. For one thing, we have communicators now. These things are called cell phones. The cell phone is a very interesting device. This one has a little red dot here. That is a camera lens. It can take pictures. It can take videos. It can record sounds. It can do a great deal of things. It can recognize my voice. I could say, call mom, call work, call anybody, and it'll know if I have it in the address book, which is stored in here. Now, so this here is fully available to anyone who wants then to gather information, because of the immunity part in the legislation that Telecomms can just do whatever they want and get out of jail free. The other thing to think of is a cell phone goes through various cells. These are little locations where an antenna controls access to this, and it basically means that wherever you go with your cell phone, you can be tracked. It's a homing device. I'm in the cell here, and then I'm at work, I'm in a different cell there, and so we know where you are. The other thing is, where do you take your cell phones? Do you take it in the lavatory, in the loo? Do you take it in the bedroom? I wonder what that cell phone is hearing, because you may not have to call for it to be hearing. That's a little scary thought, isn't it? You may not have to push the button for the camera to work. Somebody else could do that from remote control.
Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
So, just bear that in mind. There's an eye on the other end. Hopefully it's your eye or your friend's eye. But anyway, there are other forms of communications. People think it's just telephones, and there's telephones in your house that may be on a wire. Same thing. Modern telephones are computers. They have a little computer in them. They connect to the wires, and maybe the wires connect back, depending on what kind of controls they have to your residence. Another form of communications, telecommunications, is the cable company or the satellite company. That's communications. It's coming into your house from outside. There is a transponder box, something like this. That's a cable box. It's supposed to bring channels into your house. But it's equally probably possible, but I'm not sure that particular unit, that it could also be watching you as well as you watching it. Somebody's watching. It could be turned on remotely. It could be turned on when you think it's off. Where's your cable boxes? What rooms? And what goes on in those rooms? That could be interesting for somebody to have a look-see. I just thought I'd mention it because it might make you a bit uncomfortable, and you may want to consider repositioning some of your appliances.
No, silly, not in your mouth.
Anyway, back to the topic, I just thought I'd give you this added information to know that these telecommunications are not just when you want to use them, but the other end may have some control. So I thought I would give you this information because you may find it useful. You may want to talk to your congressperson about why did they pass that law. Secondly, that was just for us as people. Secondly, I'd like to talk about business. Business seems to go along with all this stuff too, and I don't know why. Because, as it turns out, a lot of businesses do meetings, do internet, do telephone calls, send data files, send information, send drawings, designs, strategic plans, financial reports, all this stuff over telecommunications. And so you think, oh, aren't you concerned about that? And you'll say, well, it's just the government. Well, the government is the customer of the telecom. The telecom company still is the source of this information. And what's to prevent a competitor from buying, say, a data stream from one company or another to get some interesting information? You would think companies would be very uncomfortable about that. They should be uncomfortable about that. Because if they were upset and said, well, they're giving away our trade secrets, they're giving away patent information, they're giving away our strategic planning information, that may be so, but thanks to the government, the telecommunication company now has immunity. They have no responsibility anymore. They can do whatever they want with that because they've got the legislation protecting them. So I thought I would just kind of bring some of this into perspective in terms of us private citizens and also in terms of companies who may think that it is an encroachment on their privacy and in their things as well, because it is. And maybe you like the protection. Maybe you say, well, who needs privacy anymore? That's your choice. But I thought I would just let you know and inform you. So until later, be seeing you.